Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's about 8:30 on July 15th, 2019, and we're going to go over the weather today, and we're going to look at the weather this week. I'm not really going to be talking about Barry in this update. I know that there's been some flooding down south, well, that'll be more in the climate update. I think we'll bring that up, which should be coming up in a couple of days. Hopefully, I'll get a chance. Anyway, for today, right now, it's not too bad out there. It's in the mid 70s and it's comfortable. We'll take a look at some of the observations. Right now at Central Park, 83 degrees. We'll take a look at some of the observations now. Farmingdale, though, down to 75. The dew point is up to 62, so dew points are rising a little bit. It's slightly humid out there. It's not really too bad. So we hit 83 at Farmingdale, and you can see earlier on we had lower dew points, and then the dew points started coming up, but we did have a sea breeze, which knocked the temperature down from the mid-80s down into the upper 70s. So that was a good thing. So we'll look at islip as well. And 76, and they're a little more humid. Dew point 65. And let's see what islip hit. Wow, a lot hotter at islip, 86 degrees. So a lot hotter at islip than it was at Farmingdale. That's kind of interesting, isn't that? Let's see what how West Hampton did. 74 at West Hampton, dew point 62. And what did West Hampton hit today? 85. Okay, so yeah, it felt like the mid-80s. When I left in the afternoon, it was definitely in the mid-80s. It was kind of hot out there, but it wasn't that humid. Dew points were in the mid-50s, but it was pretty hot. But that's just going to be nothing compared to what we're going to get when we look ahead in the forecast. Let's look at. Let's just look at New Jersey. Let's see how New Jersey did. And it looks like they have an air quality alert in effect for tomorrow. So look at that, 77 degrees, but look at the dew point. They're all the way up to 70 already. So a lot more humid there than it is here. And look at that, almost 90 degrees in Toms River, 89 degrees. 89 degrees. Wow. So that's always the hot spot. It's very hot there in Jersey. It's very, very hot. So I'm not going to spend too much time with Ventus Sky. Let's look at the satellite. And you will see here we had mostly clear skies. We had some high clouds around, a little more high clouds now than there were. Just scattered high clouds. And if we go back earlier in the day, maybe the MODIS satellite will show it. It was just very scattered. There were just a few high clouds. Mainly, you could see these high clouds, some contrails. Mainly over the eastern part of Long Island. Western part was clear, and then there was some more over Jersey. So it was a nice little clear spot that we got a chance to enjoy. Yes, I got to the Pine Barrens. There was a little trouble getting there, though, courtesy of the Long Island Railroad. But I don't mention that anymore. So this is what's left of Barry here. All right, so this is what's left of Barry right here. Tropical Depression Barry. I'll bring it up just a little bit here. Let's go back to Ventus Sky and take a look at Barry. See if we can even find a circulation. Yeah, here it is. Barely a circulation anymore. So barely a circulation, but there's still a lot of ongoing rains that are going on. It doesn't look too bad, though. And what I heard is they got about a foot of rain. So instead of 2 feet, they got a foot, which is still bad. 12 inches of rain is still a lot, but not as bad as it was going to be. And, of course, nothing on our radar. So let's go look at the models and let's see what we have coming our way. So we'll first look at the larger picture again. GFS pretty much keeps us dry until that moisture from Barry gets here, and that's why I'm running this. So you can see that moisture from Barry gets in here later Wednesday into Thursday morning. And it might linger throughout Thursday a little bit. We'll have to see what happens. And then the heat builds. So and then we got the heat. You can see that ridge building. And maybe some relief along the way, but again, where this general pattern is just locked in place with that ridge there, it's just not moving. If you look at the dew points, you know the deal. If you look at the dew points, you'll see what's going on. Look at these. You see these dew points. Just the whole east air country, east of the Rockies, is just sweltering humidity. Dry air tries to come into the Northeast, but that ridge is just not It's unstoppable right through the end of the month. It's ridiculous. That ridge, I'm telling you, that ridge is a real problem. So let's go and look at the forecast dew points. I guess we'll start off with the forecast dew points. So you'll just to explain that it will be getting more humid tomorrow. Dew points will be coming up. Not terribly. It'll just be slightly humid. It won't be terribly humid. But once we get into Wednesday, this is when the dew points start ramping up with that moisture from Barry. Dew points, and I think these might be even underestimated. I think we'll have dew points well into the 70s, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. And that just continues onto Friday and Saturday. And look at that, dew points mid-70s. Notice you see the wind barbs, not much of a sea breeze, which means those days are going to be hot. And then as we go into Sunday, same thing. And I'm not going to go much beyond this right now. We're just going to focus on this week into next weekend, but it's really all going to be about the temperatures. So when we look at these temperatures here, you'll see as we go into tomorrow, temperatures on the GFS already near 90 in Jersey. The Toms River was already near 90, so they'll be in the 90s tomorrow, and maybe even parts of the North Shore might be near 90. And there probably will be a sea breeze developing later on in the day. Once we head into Wednesday, it's going to get a lot hotter, I think. Yes, Jersey gets even hotter, mid-90s, and probably same deal again, probably 90s in the middle of the island, probably 90 to 93 in the middle of the island, North Shore. South Shore probably in the 80s. And Thursday, it's a little cooler again because I think there's going to be a lot more clouds around from the rain from Barry. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Once the short-range models get into that, we'll discuss how much moisture rain we'll see out of that. Hopefully, we'll see some rain out of that. And then Friday, here comes the heat. Looks like Long Island right now spared from the worst of heat on Friday, which is good. It looks like Jersey deals with mid-90s. And then Saturday, let's move this along. Computer was a little afraid to look, and I am too, but here you go. Around 100 almost everywhere. So 95 to 100 most of Long Island, and Jersey probably over 100. Toms River will probably be 105 or something like that, which is insane. And the dew points are going to be in the 70s, so it's going to feel like it's over 110 to 120 degrees, which is insane. And then the same thing for Sunday. Same thing. A repeat of performance, pretty much. I don't have to tell you how bad this is going to feel. This weekend is going to be absolutely brutal. The good thing is the worst the heat hits on a weekend when power demand is a little less. So I'm hoping the power grid can handle it. After the blackout in the city, part of the city, I'm worried that we could have an issue. But I'm glad it's on a weekend and not a weekday. Let's go into Monday, and let's see if we see Monday we finally see it break and get some relief. And then Tuesday it breaks. So we'll only have really 2 really bad days according to this model, but it could be 2 days at 100 in a row. So it could be bad. It's going to be really bad, and the humidity is going to be really bad. Look at this, mid-100s around Washington, D.C., so that could be really bad. I'm sure everybody in Washington's sitting in their air-conditioned offices. I'd like them to have a blackout and sweat it out, Oh, that's right, it's on a weekend, so they won't be in their offices. That's right. And night's going to be muggy, too. It's only going to get down to the 80s at night, so it's going to be absolutely brutal. It's going to be a steam bath this weekend. All right, it's going to feel really unbelievably this heat that we're going to be dealing with. This is some of the worst heat we've had in a number of years. I knew it was going to be a bad summer, and that unfortunately is turning out to be what is happening. So I think that will wrap up this weather update. We'll get to the weekend. I'll look at the skies, but we will have some clouds around, obviously. The weekend, obviously, we'll have high. These are all high clouds. The sun will still be out and heating us up. But we're not going to have any clear days as far as this week goes. Today saw the most nice skies that we're going to see for at least the next 7 days, and I don't know when we can. You see, it tries to clear it out, but that front might get hung up. We'll have to see what happens. That ridge is going to be, if that ridge is a thorn in our side, I'm telling you, that ridge is a huge problem. We're going to have to find some way in the future of figuring out how to mitigate this ridge because it's just a huge, huge problem. So I think that does wrap up this weather update. I want to thank you for watching. Take care.